Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you all how to get 0 ms input delay in Fortnite. The only reason I'm doing this video is because recently Fortnite has really been messing up this stuff. Fortnite really has, or like the devs, they have a thing for let's fix stuff that's not broken, and gradually things just become worse and worse over time, like servers, all that. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm going to show you all how to get less frame drops and how to get 0 input delay. Let's get straight to it. Okay, so the first step is about performance mode, and we all know performance mode is key to something like input delay, because performance mode can give us no input delay. It's so nice to play on, but there's a downside to it, and that's the problem. Recently they brought out an update and they changed the build so they look like mobile builds, and this has just affected it in a negative way. You can't see when somebody's in your box or like outside your box now. You don't know who's in the box. It's bad. But if you want no ms input delay, you might as well play it. So that's the first step that I have for y'all. Okay, so the next step that I have for y'all is to use any type of third-party softwares, but there's obviously a risk with this, because you need to use these softwares that are, so to say, approved from Epic Games. You don't just want to use something that can get you banned. That's not what the point is to this. But like, there are known apps like, or let me not say apps, softwares like Antimicro, which you can use, and then you give your keys or your buttons on your controller less delay, and it can go all the way down to 0.5 ms delay, which sounds really freaking nice. And yeah, but remember, I'm not promoting any of this. Do it at your own risk. That is step 2. The next 2 steps are fairly obvious ones. 3, I have the good old timer resolution. This is more of a, it doesn't make the biggest of changes, but people say the smallest voices can make it major. So if you're one of those that thinks timer resolution helps you out, it can definitely help with the input delay, especially with everything that's going on right now. The smallest changes can like make a difference, because Fortnite DX11 is so delayed. And yeah, so something like that can help. And also playing something like 1600 by 900, so this resolution right here on your screen that you see, this is basically still 16 by 9, so you're staying in your aspect ratio, it's not stretched, and you're basically just getting less input delay because you're playing a lower resolution. And another thing that goes along with this too is that you can turn down your 3D resolution, which obviously helps and gives you less input delay, but the more you go down, the uglier game starts to look. So remember that for your clips and so on, because you need to keep them viewers entertained. Okay, the next step, I think this is step 5 of what I have for y'all, and it's basically to go to your settings, scroll down to textures, and either play or put this on medium or high. This will help balance out the usage between your CPU and your GPU. And the problem with this is Fortnite is a very CPU based game, so putting your textures on high, especially if you have like a decent PC, a solid PC, it will help balance things out, and you'll get less frame drops and you'll get less input delay for sure. Okay, the next step is step 6, and this is to do with DualShock 4, or just your controllers in general. Controller players, we have more delay than the keyboard players, that's obviously known, but there's a lot of softwares that you can use, for example like DS for Windows, where you can mess around with the settings of the controller and try to get the input delay of the controller as low as possible. This we call overclocking your controller. And there's also other softwares where you can do this. Just make sure that you're using something that's approved by Epic. So basically with these third-party softwares, you'll be able to overclock your controller, change the polling rate or the polling hertz, and then your controller feels better, and then you have less input delay. And you need to do your own research and see what works best for your controller and what works best for your PC. Step 7 is to find what works for your PC. We all have different PCs, and that's just how it is. Not everybody has a 2080 Ti, not everybody has a 1660, not everybody has, everyone as their own thing, you know. And that's why you need to find what's best for your PC, and then in return you can find the best input delay settings. You know, you need to go into your NVIDIA, and that's what I did. I found the best settings for me. I'm using my low latency mode and all that, so I try to get out as much, you know, try to get rid of all the input delay. And another thing that you can do here is to go into your power saving settings on your PC and to find a setting to do with how much power you're using, and then you can add an option where you use ultimate performance, which will definitely help with FPS drops and lag and even the input delay. It will definitely help with that. So performance mode, ultimate performance mode, power usage is another key one. Okay, the next step is quite something to do with things that I've heard and that I've come across, and that's with, for example, with your controller, to use generic instead of PlayStation or Xbox. Or for example, if you have an Xbox controller, it's better to use PlayStation layout, and if you have a PlayStation controller, it's better to use Xbox, and this gives you less input delay. Another thing is when you go to your binds, I'll show you. I have a switch mode / edit and my edit bind, and this supposedly gives you less input delay when editing, so you can edit faster. And we all know we love to edit fast, you know, and we love our fast editors. So like, definitely a few solid people in this community that know what they're doing with PCs, but this is also another thing that is to do with risks and all that, you know. But there's people like Paragon FPS and DETY, you know, all these people. Yes, they cost a few bucks, but they'll definitely help you out with the input delay, because they're the real geniuses behind all of this. And yeah, I would recommend doing something like that if you have the money for it, and it can definitely get you less input delay, especially in this current state that Fortnite is in, with the what we're being allowed is kind of minimal in regards to how good our input delay is. Final step. This one is more to do with like a mental games thing, you know. If you go play on Oceana and then you come back and then you come grind your clips in creative, your game is gonna feel so much better. So this point is basically just play on other servers, come back, and then come play on yours, and you'll feel like your input delay has gone down by how much, just because of the lag that you're playing on with other servers. And that's the last step. It's more of a mental game thing, but it works. Trust. Try it out for yourself if you don't believe me. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope any of these 10 steps are helpful. Let me know if you want more content like this. I definitely got a lot more that I can go in depth about, you know, to get less input delay in Fortnite. Let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.